live, huh? Hi Friyana, good evening. Hi Roshni. Roshni, I'm in your city. Hi Varsha. Good evening, good evening. Friyana, hope I'm audible enough. Hey Jayadrat, good evening. Yes, Roshni. Hi Bhupendra. Hi Vinay. Yeah, it's actually cold, Roshni, that's true. Good evening, Varsha. Good evening, Bhupendra. Good evening, Vinay. Vinay, I'm not a coach, huh? Hi Prajna. Hi Pramod. Yeah, Pramod, I'm just taking you in.
Yeah,
Hi. Good to see you, Pramod.
hey, good to see you. Good to see you.
I'm I'm
So,
in another city. I'm in actually your other favorite city, Kolkata.
yeah. It's another. That's kind of a second, becoming a second home for me now.
It's actually for me, like, I always keep telling after Mumbai, like, the maximum number of days I spend in Kolkata.
Same here for me. After Bangalore, I will be more time in Kolkata.
Yeah.
Still, the Kolkata runners think that I don't come that often. They will keep on thinking. Yeah,
Is
they're
it,
very passionate guys. So,
yes. Is it still raining in Bangalore?
hey, don't jinx it, please.
Achha.
I will not even say that it's what is there. Don't jinx it.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I was supposed to be today in Kolkata, in Bangalore. Sunday we have that great Bangalore 10K.
Yes,
But then
yes,
I
yes.
decided like no, let me come first to Kolkata, finish the work over here, and then
Yeah. So yeah,
we'll wait for another minute. Let more people join
yeah.
in.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Kolkata is still cold, right?
Kolkata is very cold. Actually, even in the afternoon, like when me along with Jaydev, we were at Salt Lake. In fact, it was cold. So I need to experience tomorrow early morning how it would be.
Yeah. So it's nice. Cool.
Yeah.
And then for TSK also, it was fantastic weather. Just
Oh,
loved it.
yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, same thing happens here.
Yeah.
And Sunday, no rains in Bangalore. Let's hope.
Oh,
Because
that's
great.
that's nice. That's nice. Okay, a very good evening to all friends who have joined for this very interesting session. Actually, I would put it across as the most important session what we have before the TMM, which is just another 8 days to go. And who else then, Coach Pramod to be on this show today. I mean, Pramod and me, actually, this is one of the rare occasions we are actually conversing in English. Otherwise, we generally converse in Marathi.
But
But most of you will not understand Marathi, so we'll continue with English. I mean, Pramod is a very respectable and an interesting person, I would call it as. respectable in the sense one of the most respected coaches across in the country. I mean, a founder and chief coach at Jayanagar Jaguars, which is spread across five cities in the country. I mean, they have branches in Bangalore, Kolkata, Delhi, Mumbai, and Pune, and 26 centers as what I'm aware of, and unless like in the last few days, few weeks or more have been added, I'm not aware of it. Uh,
The things are happening.
also, also, Pramod has, I mean, authored a bestseller book called Master Your Run, and he also is a race director for some of the popular races across the country. In the beginning, I also said like, no, he's an interesting person. The reason I mean, I actually find it very interesting the name Jayanagar Jaguars, because for people who are not aware, Jayanagar is actually a locality in Bangalore, and to take it across the country and call it as with the same name, Jayanagar Jaguars, is like, something. I mean, when you go to Mumbai, when you go to Kolkata, Delhi, or Pune, like that, but you still keep the same name. I mean, is why I call that as an interesting note. So welcome, Pramod. As I said, the most important chat what we are going to have TMM today. So welcome on this session, Pramod.
Yes. Thanks, Sunil, and thanks, SkinEasi, for inviting me on this chat, because as you said, it's the most important time, and it will be great to share some thoughts, answer some questions if we get from people. So absolutely, thanks for this.
Okay, so yeah, something like, I mean, I'm sure today's session, all of us who are here live, like, will gain something out of it, and obviously use it for the big races which are coming. The biggest race, of course, as I said, like, TMM, which is just another 8 days to go, and then later on we also have some of the other bigger races in Kolkata and Delhi which are coming up. So I'm sure all the tips, all the advice which Coach Pramod is going to share will help us. Pramod, I mean, with just 8 days, like, to go from tomorrow onwards to TMM.
Yeah.
So, what are the things like, I mean, I would like you to elaborate more on in terms of what a runner has to do now, tomorrow onwards till 15th of January. The things I would want you to give speak in detail about is in terms of mileage. What should be the mileage be now in the next 8 days? What should be the intensity of the runs one should be doing in the next 8 days? And also, should someone, like, irrespective whether he or she is running a half marathon or a full marathon, should strength training still be done in the next 8 days? So if you can tell us, like, more in details about these things, it will be good for all of us.
Yes. So thanks, Sunil, and most important part for this next 8 days, and I will start in the reverse order actually.
Yeah.
Not the body, it's the mind.
Okay.
Yeah, because everybody is anxious. It's a big event, and it's happening after so many years, right? It's 2 years of a gap, and everybody was ready to go, and so the nerves are playing a big game into this. So let's start with that. So first of all, you guys have prepared for it, right? Whichever way you could, everybody has prepared for it. So don't really worry about whether you are going to complete it. You are, because you have prepared for it. And there is very few things from now till that time is available. So till 15th available to you, which is going to change it, right? There is no magic pill which is going to change everything. So first of all, be calm. You are there. You have done your bit. And it's not like exam, what's the paper. We know exactly what the paper is going to be. You have practiced for that. There is no surprises around the corner. We know the route. You have trained for it. So don't worry. There is no magic pill. So let us start understanding what all you said, right? First of all, run and the mileages.
Yeah.
right? So it typically depends on how experienced you are, right? When I'm saying experience, I'm talking in terms of running a full, or if you are doing a half, running a half,
Yeah.
right? So what you are going to do in next 8 days is going to depend on that. So I would like to broadly categorize it into three categories of runners. First is of course the absolute newcomers who are attempting it for the first time, the 42, and congratulations if you are doing that. You have picked up a great place if you are doing it in Mumbai, because the Mumbaikars are, the known for their hospitality towards runners. They will make you feel like you are an Olympian,
Very true.
irrespective of whether you are running at a 6 hours. So that's a great thing. So congratulations for you to doing that. So what you should be doing in this last week, actually, what we have. Uh, so my suggestion is for this first category of people is do about 20% or 25% max to max of a distance at an easy pace on this weekend. Yeah, just don't try to break your record. Yeah, do it at easy pace. So this 8 days, our foremost priority from physical point of view is not to get injured. Yeah, that's the priority number one. Let's not get injured. Let's not try something which we haven't tried for so long, because there is no time to get over that injury,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Second important point during this is give your body enough time to recover, get ready for next Sunday, right? So these two things are important. So from that perspective, do a easy run which you will feel confident of doing it. Try to complete the distance what you think that you are going to do on this coming Sunday. So make sure that you complete that distance. Don't get any reason not to complete that. If you say I'm going to complete 8 kilometers, don't stop at 7.5. Make sure that you do it 8. That's very important for the next Sunday, right? That's a mental part. But my suggestion is if you are doing 42, so 25% of that, so do about 8, 10, 12, that's about it. Don't go beyond that.
Yeah.
For if you are attempting your first half, stick to 6 or 8. That's good enough for you for this weekend. Now the next week, again, don't try to cover too much. Try to cover about 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers if you are doing a half. If you are doing full, try to cover max up to 7, 8 kilometers. But this time, try to get into the race pace, what you have planned, whatever you have planned. Yeah,
Okay.
whatever you have planned. Don't try to overdo yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah, even if you don't hit that pace, that's all fine. If you are doing it for the first time, your goal is to complete. Yeah, enjoy that. Be happy that you have done that. If you complete a marathon, you are part of world's, whatever 0.00001 population, right? Percent of
Very.
population. So enjoy that. Yeah, that's for people who are attempting it for the first time. The second category which I will consider are the people who are doing it for the second, third, fourth kind of a time, but have not planned for a PB coming out of COVID and things like that. So it's kind of a comeback run for you. And there I will suggest that this weekend you should not cross more than 25. Max go to 30% of your race distance. Yeah, max to max. Don't go beyond that. Yeah, don't get injured. There you can try to, for those second category of people, whatever you want to finish your race, try to finish that in the last part of yours, so last 4-5 kilometers of that 20-25%. So if we are talking about you are doing a 12 kilometers, try last 4% at your race pace.
Okay.
Earlier 8 kilometers, try to take it, easy pace. It need not be really easy, but a constant
Yeah.
speed, and last 4 kilometers, try to complete at your race pace. That gives you confidence. So all
Yeah.
about mental preparation, right?
Yeah.
In the next week, 2 sessions you can attempt. That's my suggestion,
Hmm.
which is of race pace. Yeah, do a 4 kilometer at race pace. Race pace is that's your target pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you are targeting, do those 4 kilometers of 4 5 kilometers of those only on 2 days. Take rest for all other days.
Yeah.
For the third category who are doing PB, that's a very tricky category. Yeah, why I'm saying tricky is you are all so charged up. Yeah, you want to do that distance today. Let me complete 20K plus at this.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you are already done your homework. You are
Yeah.
done everything. So stick to that 25%, 30% of your race distance. Even if you are trying for your PB, there you can try at least half of a distance running easy and try to cover half distance in your race pace. That will
Okay.
give you solid confidence that you can, after completing some distance, you can switch to your race pace and still complete.
Okay.
Uh, on the remaining 2 days of next week, again attempt only 2 days, don't go beyond that. There you can try your tempo or your fast pace if you want to try it out, maybe 5 minutes 5 seconds faster than your race pace,
Mm-hmm.
but again stick to that portion of 8 kilometers. If you are doing a full, if you are doing a half, stick to 6 kilometers, etc. So 6 kilometers or 8 kilometers depending on what you are attempting,
Yeah.
doing 5 seconds, 5 seconds more. Sorry, let me decline the call. 5 seconds fast confidence. Yeah, so
Yeah.
please do that. So that is from a intensity and mileage perspective. So I will
Yeah.
reiterate again, your focus should be not getting injured and getting enough recovery. So coming to the second point, what you asked goes into this is recovery. So definitely not the time to pump and iron anymore. Yeah, don't get into strength training now because the fatigue of strength training might not recover. And the problem with strength training, which all of us feel trapped into, is that we want to do one more set.
Yeah.
Right? That's always the problem with
Yeah.
strength training because you are in front of a camera, you're in front of a mirror, and one more set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a trap we all get into, including me, right? So don't get into that. This week is not for any of experimentation, conserve energy. So avoid doing strength training. So there are people who feel, they lost all the power because they are not doing their workouts. Yeah, go to gym, pick up the lightest dumbbell, do something and come out. Yeah, don't,
Yeah.
you are there, you have done everything. Yeah, but yeah, psychologically, you feel like I should attempt something. Yeah, and I agree with that. I have gone through all of those when I was doing competitive athletics. Yeah, so do that. Go in gym, do the lightest dumbbell, see your biceps, see your thighs, and you will feel confident. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That strength has not gone. Right. So
Yeah.
that's from the physical part of it, and from mental preparation, right? You are there, nothing is going to change. So if you have prepared well, it's going to happen what is going to happen, right? If
Yeah.
you think you are not prepared well, so another scenario is you think you are not prepared well, so in 8 days nothing is going to change, right? So be happy wherever you are, and take it cool. Yeah, so that's my tips for last 8 days from physical and mental perspective, right?
That's very interesting. I mean, in terms of what you just now shared, Pramod. Just to reiterate to everyone, what exactly Coach Pramod is talking about is uh, he's actually very firm in saying miracle is not going to happen. What you have trained for is what you're going to get on the race
Yeah.
day. He's also talking about avoid strength training. He's suggesting don't go overboard in the next 1 week because I mean it will only derail whatever you have done in the last so many months. Also, Coach Pramod is talking about it's more of a mental game now onwards till 15th and less of the physical aspect. So these are very important for all of us to understand and keep in mind, like, what is going to happen and how we are going to take in the next 8 days from now on. Pramod, one question to us, like, I mean, this is of course, like, what right now we are talking about is an ideal situation for all of us. But as we all
Yes.
know, like, I mean, some of us are not or have not been able to, like, train the way we were supposed to do. I'm specifically coming to the point of, like, I mean, whether one runs a full marathon or a half marathon on 15th of January, and for some reason or the other, like, he or she has not been able to do the long runs in the last 6 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is. So, do you still suggest that person can attempt a long run on this Sunday, or it's in spite of whatever it is, like, it's a total no?
Yeah. So that's a very very important question, and that depends on why they have not run earlier,
Hmm.
right? If it's
Yeah.
because of injury, illness, etc., etc., definitely don't go for something, because in 8 days nothing is going to change. Your best chance of completing is recovering from that injury, right?
Yeah.
So don't try to figure out, oh, I was injured and can I take it on that day? So I want to do a 20 kilometers.
Yeah.
So that's a trade-off you will have to make, right? If you
Yeah.
want to aggravate your injury, if you are going to aggravate your injury, aggravate it in the event. So at least you can complete it. Maybe not as per what you are expecting, but maybe you will complete it.
Yeah.
Aggravating that 1 week earlier is a tricky situation. But if you have not run because of your laziness, because of New Year travels, etc. Yeah,
Work schedule. Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
right. You are all fit and fine, but you skipped it because of travel schedules, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a 25 kilometer, 20 plus kilometer, just to boost your confidence is good
Okay.
enough, provided you are not injured or you have not been ill, some upper respiratory tract infection, etc. All of that has not happened, and just because of your travels,
Yeah.
New Year, etc., you couldn't do it. Just a confidence builder, but don't cross. My suggestion is don't cross. Don't attempt more than half of what you are going to run. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
maybe go to 60% max to max. Yeah, depend person to person, but that's my suggestion. Don't
Yeah.
do that.
So I mean, just taking from what you're suggesting right now, let's take a hypothetical case, like, a person's for whatever reason. I mean, of course, not injury, but due to, like, work schedule and travel and all, he or she has not been able to do. And this Sunday, like, he or she does attempt a 25K easy
Yeah,
run. So let's assume, like, say I do a 25K on this Sunday. So, do you still suggest the next 5 6 days after that till the race day? I should do same what you suggested earlier, or should I change something there?
yeah. So a smaller run, but attempt your race pace. Yeah, because that just to keep your muscles in that, get that sense of pace.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
don't attempt a longer distance if you are done 25. Maybe a
yeah,
4 kilometer, good enough, just to give your muscles the confidence. Get the feel of the pace. Whatever you are going to attempt, that would be my suggestion. Don't try running faster. That's sure shot recipe for getting injured. So
yeah,
don't do that. If you have done a 25 kind of a run on this coming Sunday,
yeah,
so don't overdo it. And yeah, anyway, we will come to maybe nutrition, etc. later. But
yeah,
recovery, work on
yeah.
your recovery.
Sure.
That's important.
I still, like, I mean, I'm still need to ask you one important question before we move into the other section on hydration and nutrition part of it is, uh, how do I come to a point or come to a number or a figure, like, what should be my target? I mean, it's all, like, I mean, most of us, I would say most of us always very aggressive when it comes to a race day target. So, yeah, very few of us are conservative on the race day targets and all. But today, which is just 8 days to go for the race and all, how do I decide between in the next couple of days, whether I should attempt a 4 hour finish or whether I should attempt a 4:15 or a 4:30? How do I come to
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. So typically, what I tell my runners is, go back to your Strava, go back to your Garmin, look at last 3 4 weeks where you have done 30 plus, right, or
Okay.
30.
Yeah.
Look at that pace, right, and try to remember how you were feeling at that day. So pick up a run where you were feeling I had enough gas in the tank and I
Hmm.
completed 30K. Look at
Yeah.
that pace, and that's a realistic pace you might achieve at your race.
Okay.
So run a little slower than that pace for half or 60% of your race and then push for it. Yeah, so that's a realistic here, and again slow it down by a bit, a notch
Yeah.
slower.
Yeah.
But picking up that 30 is very important. Yeah, that's all our ego, plays the
Yeah.
major trick. So go back and so what we are going to do for, and we are going to pick the fastest. Don't pick the fastest. Pick
Okay.
one where you were feeling you had enough gas. You were not, feared that I'm died, I'm
Yeah.
done. So pick up something where you had enough gas in you and consider that as your realistic pace.
Okay.
Right? Look
Got
at
it.
the pace what you have.
Yeah. Now, I mean, in the next 8 days, the nutrition, hydration, everything plays a very important role. So what are your tips and suggestions now? What should one do, irrespective whether he or she is attempting a half or a full marathon?
Yes. So everybody. So it's a cliche, but let me reiterate it because any number of time reiterating it is not sufficient. Don't experiment anything, especially when it comes to food. Yeah, there is no magic pill. Yeah,
Hmm.
if your guts get disturbed for next 3 days, 4 days, your race goes for a toss. So stick to whatever you are comfortable with. That's a basic rule. Yeah, whatever experiments you want to do about your food, do it after the race. Mumbai vada pav is absolutely famous, and hold on till 12 o'clock 15 and attempt that. So apart from that, yeah, so coming back to the real aspect of it is stick to whatever you are sure that is good to you. um,
Okay.
After tomorrow's long run, etc., is your time to go for your proteins. Yeah, go for your proteins. Get the recovery in by max by Tuesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's the time for your recovery, working on recovery by getting additional proteins. What you are comfortable with, that doesn't go, that carry doesn't go. But get that maximum protein in by max by the Wednesday. Yeah, I am a big sucker for carb loading. Yeah, there might be various views whether it's really effective or not. But why I say carb loading for two things: carb is easy on your stomach, and carb loading forces you to concentrate on what you are eating, right? So Thursday onwards is a time to start looking at carb loading. Now those who are absolutely new into this, listening into this, carb loading is not about something fancy. It's about eating more carbs in place of your proteins, yeah, in place of your fats, right? Whichever is easy to digest and store that energy. That's carb loading.
Yeah.
Carb loading need not always be about pasta. Yeah, we eat carb all the time. Indians are the carb
Yeah.
eaters. So we eat carbs in various forms. So stick to
And I,
that.
I love
Rice
my
is a
carbs.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I love my
Yeah.
carbs as well.
Yeah, rice is a carb, right?
Yeah.
Even wheat is a carb.
Yes.
You process it and make it pasta and think that pasta is carb loading. No, not necessarily. Whatever available carb, whatever you are used to, eat that a portion more. that's about it. The rule of thumb, right? For the new guys, those who are experienced, they know their tricks to figure out what's good for the amount good for them. But again, coming back till next Wednesdays, where try to get in your proteins, get ready for recovering. So recovery will start with your proteins. With if you want to take a massage, if you want to take a cold bath, etc. Try everything. If you are used to, of course, try that till Wednesday. Don't get beyond that just because the weather is changing abruptly, and don't get into a lot of issues around that. Yeah, so get whatever form of recovery you are used to. Again, if you are not used to taking massage, somebody is going to tell you that go to that sports masseur, he is great. Yeah, but is your body used to it, right?
Yeah.
You go there and pull some muscle because you are not used to it. Don't get into that. Whatever way you are used to it for getting massage done, do that. Don't go by the friendly advice of your friendly friend saying that use that percussion gun. I have that percussion gun. It works wonders.
Yeah.
Only if you are used to. Yeah. Otherwise, the percussion gun is a is not something good. So that's about recovery. Uh, so carb more after the Thursday. The important point is water. Yeah, keep it ready from tomorrow onwards. Drink as much water as you can. It's going to go away. It's not going to get stored, but you will always be hydrated. If you're working from home, make sure that you don't forget the water bottle. Yeah, if you are working in office, you are forced to take some water breaks because you want to gossip. So you take water breaks, right? But at home, we absolutely forget to take water breaks. So water continuously, keep on having it. You can, use something fastener or things what you use into your water. So 500 ml of that, keep sipping it in between. So complete that 500 ml, 250 ml, whatever you are used to. Don't miss that.
Okay.
Don't miss that just because you are near to waste. So do that. Hydration is very, very important. The next point which I'm going to say, many people are not going to like that, but yeah, next week, consider it as some breath or length, what you say, yeah, and avoid alcohol.
Try
Yeah,
this.
I'm not against alcohol. I'm not preaching that you should not drink alcohol, etc., etc. The point is, it will lead to dehydration. You
Dehydration.
want to avoid caffeine in excess. What happens is once we start those who are coffee lovers, etc., once we start getting under stress because of the excitement of race, etc., we tend to drink more coffee, more
Yeah.
caffeine, yeah, and that leads to a lot of dehydration. So avoid that, and extra hydration, keep on doing that, right? That's for this next days, etc. And on the race day, you have to get up pretty early. So whatever you are used to, eat it then at your time and carry the same thing with you till you stand on the start line and eat it. This is really common sense, right? You will think this guy is telling something very, very common.
Yeah.
But in the excitement, we definitely miss that part, right?
Yeah.
So that's from hydration and nutrition perspective. Don't try anything new. There is no magic pill. Yeah, somebody is going to tell you that eat that salt pill. Yeah, and then you are going to break your record. Doesn't happen. Yeah, salt pill will put a pressure on your kidneys, and don't get into all of that.
Yeah. So very important points. What Coach Pramod is talking about is, I mean, in the next 8 days, he says, like, don't try anything new, whether it's food, nutrition, or anything to do with, like, one should avoid trying anything new. If you're not used to a particular brand of gel, please don't try it. Now is not the
Yeah.
time to try. Yeah. Uh, and he also speaks about, like, I mean, from now onwards till Wednesday, like, try to have more of proteins, which will definitely help us to recover faster. And next week from Thursday to Saturday, that's when, like, one needs to do more of carb loading. And as he says, like, maybe just one extra portion, like, there's nothing to do anything extraordinary. and rest is something again like most important part in the next few days. Pramod, I mean when we were
One point to add
so
for people coming from Bangalore and South India. Yeah, Mumbai has enough number of Udupi restaurants where you will get your curd rice. Yeah, don't worry.
yes,
So
yes,
your
yes. Yes,
is not going to get hampered.
that's true. Very true. Very true. I mean, I just feel when we were talking about all this, like there were two questions which came. I'll just take that right now immediately. Somebody has asked, like what happens to the weather in Mumbai, because Mumbai weather is not never known to be good weather. So how does one adjust themselves to the Mumbai weather?
Yeah, so most probably the runner will be from Bangalore because they are so pampered with great weather.
Very
Yeah,
true.
but yeah, what about the weather, right? It's same for everybody. So never
Yeah.
give that as an excuse for your performance because a winner is going to run in the same weather and win. He's going to make his PB, right? Those who are going to make a PB, they are going to make that PB in the same weather. So
Yeah.
take that out from your head, right? It's going to affect your performance. Take that out from your head because that's not in our hand. So
Yeah.
how to tackle that is something what we have to figure out. Mumbai weather. I came from Mumbai last week only, and it was quite pleasant. It was not the dreaded, the sultry weather. It was actually. I was uh, at the restaurant right next to Taj, and on the top, and I wanted to put on something. So it's kind of very pleasant weather. So don't really worry about that. But weather keeps on changing every now and then. So you just need to do more hydration. That's about it. Nothing more to worry about, right? And luckily for Mumbai, there is enough and more breeze going to be there because we are going to run across the seashore. Unfortunately, there is going to be the man-made barricade, like what you see on the metro roads where it's being built because of
Yeah.
the coastal road. Some area is going to be that. So that's where the wind is not going to come. But
Yeah.
that also can, if you want to consider it as an advantage, yeah, there is lesser wind valley, right?
Yeah.
So weather is how you consider it, and because we can't change it. So
True. Very true.
more hydration is what you are going to need. Maybe you need to put on more water on your thighs and on your calf,
Okay.
right, to cool it down. Beyond that, I don't think you should really worry about weather. Yeah. If you are in Bangalore and if you are completing all your runs in Lal Bagh or Kamal Parks, etc., then God only can help you because nobody in India gets that kind of a weather. You are the pampered guys, right? Yeah,
No,
jokes apart, I guess.
maybe absolutely true. Like, I mean, just to share with everyone, like, I mean, my PBs. I mean, I have run couple of 1 hour 38 minutes half marathons and all. And my best of my runs have come in Cochin in that weather. So I mean, it's just in the mind as Pramod
Mind.
said. Yeah, there are
And another quick, if I want to add something, another quick
yeah,
thing, uh, don't worry about uh, that pedal road. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
everybody crosses the pedal road. So
Yeah,
anybody is running faster has crossed that pedal road, and it's
true.
not. I'm not saying forget it, but you would have practiced for it. You have done your uphills, so don't worry. It's mental. Yeah, I know. I don't want to expose her name because I have not talked to her whether I should share it with public. But she is a well-known face, an elite athlete, and she is winner. She also said in one discussion with me that वो पेडर रोड का डर लगता है. My point is a winner also thinks that, but they don't let it deter. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not that Pedal Road is not there for the winner. It was for that winner, and
yes,
she has been a consistent winner. And I don't know, I'm giving too much of it, but my point is she also was worried about that, but didn't let that one appeal to come into their way because there is a downhill as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
So yeah.
so I mean,
So
I mean, when
really
in
don't worry
outside,
about all of that.
true, true. So when people outside of Mumbai, when they speak to me about pedal road climb and all, and especially like it comes around the 34th kilometer for the full marathon, I just tell them like I mean just add another 10 second extra to that particular 35th kilometer. That's all. It's nothing much is going to
Yeah.
happen beyond.
But there are
Okay, okay,
people
Pramod.
from Delhi, Calcutta, they come and they don't have place to do uphills. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are
There
unfortunately they don't get to try to
are,
do uphills. Sorry,
there was
sorry to that.
there was one more question which came about is how many hours does it take for a person to recover after a strength training?
Uh, Depends on, of course, two things, right? Depends on your experience of strength training, right? When I say experience, it's not about how well you can do it. It's about your muscles are experience of taking that load. So
Yeah,
tomorrow, if you have to ask the same question to a bodybuilder or to a weightlifter, they recover next day. That's their sport. But if we are talking about runners who are not used to doing it, they doing it only for 2 days a week. It will take
yeah.
2 days, 3 days to get over it. Yeah,
Okay.
and there is accumulated fatigue we have to consider, right? It's not the strength workout you are doing all of a sudden or between your practice sessions. This is three
Yeah,
months of accumulated load, 4 months of accumulated load, what you have been practicing. Your muscles
yeah.
are tired and the recovery is becoming slower and slower. So it might take 2 days, 3 days. And the second point to consider is how much load you are planning to do during your workout sessions, right?
Okay.
If you are doing 40% of your body weight and do a full squat, it's going to take 3 days to get out of it. But if you go and pick up some 5 kg dumbbell and do one set of squat, fine, you will be recovering it immediately after. And those people who want that, mental thing that my muscles are there, do that. Right? That's what I said earlier. You will recover in a
Yeah.
day or two, but the weight what you are carrying should be, maybe 5% of your body weight kind of a weight,
Yeah.
right? 5, 7. Don't go beyond that. That's
That,
about
that,
recovery part.
that's a good point. Pramod, I mean, we have been talking about like what one needs to do in the next 8 days prior to the race and all. Now, coming to the race day, I mean, on the race day, what are the tips you would like to share after the person has got up from the sleep? I mean, and till the time he goes to the start lineup, what are the things in terms of mental game and in terms of what one can consume
Preparation.
in those 2-3 hours prior to the race start?
Yes. So let's start with food because that's very important. Uh, Nobody reaches the race point, on the just before the race starts, right? That's a risky proposition. So we always keep a gap, right? If the race is starting at 5:40, we will try to reach venue at 5. I'm just giving you an example. So 30, 40 minutes earlier you go. So you want to do park your car or there is some travel involved, so additional 20 minutes.
Hmm.
So we land up around that area about 60 minutes earlier, typically, right? 50, 60 minutes earlier,
Yeah.
and some 50, 60 minutes of preparation time. So we are talking about starting the race, and we had our food at home 2 hours. That's a huge gap,
Okay.
right? In a normal day, also, you will, if you're working at home, you will raid kitchen once in 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
So that's a huge gap. So whatever you eat, whatever you are comfortable with, eat that. Carry the same thing with you in your car or wherever you are
Hmm.
before entering the venue. That will give you about 30 minutes before that.
Okay.
Eat that. So if you are used to banana, please carry one banana with you. That 2 hours gap is something which is going to be, you have to consider this 2 hours gap. Carry that. If you are used to eating sandwich, get that. Right? You don't have to have full, maybe half a banana, quarter of a banana,
Yeah.
depending on, of course, what you are doing, full or half, but definitely eat that.
Hmm.
Yeah. hydration, keep on sipping maybe your car, whatever, fast enough or whatever you use into this. So keep
Yeah.
on sipping that till you are on your day. There are going to be selfies, there are going to be everything, but don't lose your bottle. Keep it with you. Keep on sipping that water. That's about. So stand on the start line fully hydrated. Yeah. Yeah, it has got its downsides. You want to go for a pee. Yeah, that's you'll have to work out your ways, various. You can be creative around that,
Yeah.
but be hydrated. So that's my suggestion. Carry your water bottle and the what you eat with you. Uh, Now, from preparation perspective, and again, cliche, prepare everything well earlier in advance. Um, and that's we are on SkinEasi, so something which is going to bother you after 29 kilometer is your chaffing
Yeah.
for Pakka. That goes back to the question of climate, right?
Yeah.
And that's where you have to make sure that you are taken all precautions against the chaffing. SkinEasi is definitely an option, and any other option you are used to. So prepare from that. If you are doing a full, that is going to be a major irritant around last 25% of your race. Even for half that happens, right? So that's about it. And prepare well. It was right earlier. Yeah, you always can lose your shoe. Yeah, that's bound to happen. You're going to lose your favorite socks, and you're going to feel that, oh, my lucky socks is gone, and I'm going to not do well. So to prepare well. Yeah, common sense things, but these are very important. These
That,
things
that,
do.
that's very helpful. Yeah, I mean, since you also mentioned about SkinEasi Active Gel, I mean, I have been using it for almost 2 years, and I really do longer distances, like 60, 70, 80 kilometers and all, even during my training runs, and it's really helpful. Like I mean, whether it's a shaping or blisters, and just one application half an hour before you start your run is something like which will definitely help everyone. I mean, we don't have to even go through those hard moments like going in under the shower after a run and all, and we all know what happens like when the skin is badly shaped. So SkinEasi Active that does help in those. Uh, Also now we Pramod have been talking about like pre-race and all. Now another important part which we definitely can't ignore is what and how does like a person uh, post-race. So I mean
Yes.
one has to recover after the run and the following couple of days after the run. So what are your tips for those?
Yeah. So first and foremost is the most important thing before selfie is water. Once you finish, there is enough water available
Yeah,
in uh, in these big events like pro-cam events, LED events, every event, right?
yeah.
But we ignore that, yeah, because we are so excited, we are so tired.
No, we
Drink
are
as
busy
much
with
as
the
you
we are busy with the selfies also.
selfie, yeah, right? That's what most important thing before selfie is water, yeah,
Yeah,
and not only drinking. Drinking definitely will help, and you should drink. But keeping yourself wet, pour water on your head if you are completing a 42, you are definitely in sun. So do that, pour them on arms, legs. So that will help your rehydration. Yeah, that will cool down the skin, and you don't have to lose a lot of through respiration and drink water. Second important thing is breakfast. You might not get something which you like,
yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah, what matters is the calorie going in. Yeah, whatever you hit, you can that day you can eat. Yeah, I have done that. I don't eat one sabji at all in my life, but on one one zonal competitions, that
Yeah.
was the only subject given. Yeah, and I have a 100-meter final after that. Yeah, okay, calories, right? So whatever you get as a breakfast by the organizers, eat it, irrespective of you like it or not. And in Mumbai, there are those people who come and ask for, give me, and you feel, oh, that poor guy. and you give your biscuit packet to them, you are losing that calorie. Please don't lose that calorie. Yeah, you should have protein, etc. is fine, but at that moment, calories are important. Yeah, you might not get uh, again chance to have food
Yeah.
going out of the of the venue and get into a area where you are going to get food. So eat immediately after that. Keep on drinking water. Your beer party has to wait. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're planning to have your beer party, make sure you drink at least 4 times of what you are planning to drink. Yeah, because you're going to get dehydrated later. So yeah, be practical about it. Yeah, drink lots and lots of water. And when you get chance, when you reach home, whenever you get chance, go heavy on your proteins. And that's how you are going to start your recovery process. Right? Once you reach where you have control on what you are going to eat, that's the
Yeah.
time to go heavy on protein. Till that time, whatever calories you are getting, right? We are in a situation, event situation, lot of people, it's very difficult to get food.
True.
So that's post, and of course, then afterwards, it's time for your recovery. So don't get into activities, those are going to take you away from recovery. Yeah, finishing a Mumbai full is something to cheer about, to enjoy. Go slow on that dancing, yeah, in the night. Yeah, your adrenaline is making you dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to take your recovery back by 4, 5, 6 days. Yeah, so hold on to that. And if you are planning to do a run in Kolkata, in Mumbai, in Delhi, because you have some plans, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Be very careful about your recovery. You are not going to recover from that. So
So
please
fast.
take recovery very, very seriously after full. So as I said, calories is important in whichever form they are coming. Immediately after, calories in terms of protein is where you, when you go to a place where you have control on what you are going to eat
Yeah.
that time, right? So these 2, 3 things are very important. And yeah, go slow on that party. I know it's very important, but you have that. You have been tired. You are. I know it's 4 months. You are just holding back for
True.
not having that drink and all of that,
True.
but
True.
still you are dehydrated. Yeah, that
No,
hampers our recovery. Yeah, please take it seriously.
that's very important points what Coach Pramod is sharing with all of us. I mean, uh, the importance of recovery, where is he's putting his focus about immediately after the race, is telling us, like, drink as much water as possible, because that is something which will definitely help us recover fast. Whatever food is available, eat. I mean, that's another important tip for what Coach Pramod is talking about. And like, the moment you get a chance, like, when after you reach home, and the next couple of days immediately after your race, that's the time to go up on protein, which will definitely help all of us. Those are very valid points coming about from Coach, and I'm sure, like, these are something, like, which will definitely help all of us. Uh, I have some more questions which have come. I mean, there's one from Jayadrat, who wants to know how to make a balance between running and strength training. I mean, we as runners, like, obviously running is a priority, but he wants to know how does one make a balance between running and strength training, so that we don't overtrain on something.
Yeah. So that Jayendra, that depends on what is your goal, right? If your goal is to run faster, do some PBs, achieve some targets, then you have to do your strength training, which is required for your achieving that goal. But if your goal, let's assume, is to keep overall fitness,
Yeah.
right? In terms of, I can run some X distance as well as I should have enough muscles on me. Yeah, then your focus will be more on strength training, and then running becomes a secondary point of it in terms of, that just happens to be just one parameter of your overall fitness goal,
Yeah.
right? But if your goal is running, uh, you should not miss strength training, that is for sure.
Yeah.
But if I want to say from if we look at about 100% is the effort you are spending in running and in strength training, 20% of effort on strength training is sufficient for your running. That's the way I will put it, right?
Okay. That's
20,
very
25% of effort. So consider 100% of running and strength training put together. 20, 25% on your strength training is sufficient, and rest 80 or 75% has to be on running if your goal is running,
okay.
right? If you are looking for a balance in terms of I want to complete a 10K happily, I want to complete a 21K happily, and I also want to have muscles,
Yeah.
that's a different goal and that's a different balance. But if you want to seriously think of doing a marathon, yeah, you have to carry less weight and muscles are the heaviest part. So you have to consider those kind of things, right? Another thing then depends in terms of what is your body type, etc., etc. Right? So at an overall, I can say up to this only. Then it becomes very general.
That's
Generic
very.
things.
There's another one from which has come from Vinay, uh, and he seems to be a newcomer into running, beginner. So kindly share your tips for beginners in terms of breathing. How should one breathe? Via mouth or nose?
Yeah. So first of all, don't think about breathing. Yeah. Don't think about breathing at all.
Yeah.
Our body is much, much, much. There is no even. I can't even put the X number intelligent than us.
Mhm.
Yeah, it takes care of everything. So, as a beginner, do not ever worry about breathing. Your body will take whatever is required to do. Yeah, even the experienced runners, they don't get into a lot of breathing thing. Yeah, it's good in learning in this block, etc., because we don't know what they have been put through. So
Yeah.
somebody like Sunil, who has been running for years and crazy distances, his lung capacity is completely different than somebody who is new. So don't bother about breathing at all. No animal bothers about breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only bother about breathing, and we are animals. So there is enough and more checks and balances in body. Nothing is going to happen to you. So breathe from all possible holes. When I'm saying this with I'm not trying to make a joke here. Yeah, we have been given nose to breathe. We have been given mouth to breathe. If this is only for food, there would not have been passage created for breathing, respiratory passage, right? So
Yeah.
use that. But we breathe through our pores of our body,
Yeah.
right? We throw out things from our bodies. That's a part of the our entire respiratory cycle, right? So don't cover your portion of your body or be like Sunil, yeah. Yeah, but the point is, we just don't think that breathing is about only about nose, only about mouth. Yeah, whatever we are run, breathing. So if we breathe through nose, it will be filtered air, etc. That's all. There are different things we can say. Don't be
Yeah.
worried about that. Open your
No,
mouth and run. When
exactly.
your body will need more air, it will open. So don't bother.
Very valid. Very valid. There's one more question which has just come up from Rakesh. He wants to know for a full marathoner, what is an ideal interval one should keep taking the gels?
Yeah. Uh, this is again very, very individual in terms of what is your metabolic cycle, how you process food, etc. But what happens is any human being, we can't keep on producing energy to sustain our effort typically after 1 hour, typically, right?
Yeah.
Because what happens is sustained energy generation requires a lot of physiological changes which are happening in. So you will need something external to your body to keep on sustaining that effort. Typically, after 60 minutes, you are going to go down in terms of your energy generation. So you can't take something after 1 hour because you have to give time for your body to digest it, use it for your body's mechanism which is running right continuously. So you should start looking at about 40-45 minutes of an interval
Yeah.
to take your gel, to take whatever you are comfortable with, not only with gel, anything you are comfortable with. 40-45 minutes is what you should start looking at. So it gets time, so 45, maybe 50. Yeah, but don't go, saying that 1 hour and I will eat it. Then you
Yeah.
might not be able to, that might not be useful to you. And you might have to start reducing that. You're talking about your question for a full marathoner. So after 4 or 5 hours, you might have to start reducing the size
Mm-hmm.
of what you are eating and increase the frequency.
Okay.
Yeah, because your digestive system, your body has taken a decision that your digestive system is not important at this time. You have to keep on moving. I have to make this person's legs move.
Yeah.
So less food, less thing is going, less blood supply is going to your stomach. So that's the time when you start reducing the quantity
Yeah.
and you increase the periodicity. So maybe after 30 minutes, half a gel, right?
Oh,
Uh, so that's how you will have to work on it. But this is really something you should have practiced much earlier. But if you have not, yeah, you can take this step. But please practice this much earlier into the game. So that will
so
help you.
someone who has not practiced it during training, he or she let them just stick to what they have done in the training, right?
Right, whatever they have done. And if you have never practiced, right, best weight, is I don't want to sound like a glucose salesperson, but that's the safest weight you can have. Yeah, easiest to carry, easiest to digest, and
Yeah.
glucose biscuits might help you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There was another question which had come up. If you can share, what are the strength training workouts a runner needs to do?
Uh, yeah, again, it's a bit complex question, and getting a generic answer is might be construed differently, but I will still attempt answering that. So a runner needs more strength in their legs. That's everybody understands, right?
Yeah.
But runners also need strength in their shoulders, in their chest, at their core, and at their lower back. Right? These are all muscles which we use predominantly while running, but we forget that.
Yeah.
So a runner needs to do full body exercise. Full body strength training has to be done, right? So when I'm saying core, I'm talking about the entire muscle set, which is holding your body straight, right?
Yeah.
It's not only about the obliques. It's not about the eight packs,
Yeah.
right? It's also about the side. It's also about the lower back, which is trying to keep your body straight
Yeah.
and steady. So all these muscles need to be worked upon. But what happens, and again, some gym guys are going to beat me up if I'm saying going to say this. But what happens is when you land up in a gym, your instructor is more interested in making your bicep look better, yeah,
Yeah.
your chest come out than your legs. I'm not blaming them. That's how it
That's
is.
all.
But runners, it is exactly opposite. We'll have to spend 60% of time, and again, it's a generic example to give you an idea. Somebody might need 65, somebody might need 60, somebody 55, 45, but the majority should be for lower body and lesser percentage for upper body. I'm in no way I'm suggesting that upper body is not important,
Yeah.
but lesser muscles on upper body also will lead to some faster running, right? So that's a very delicate balance which has to be
Right.
maintained,
Yeah.
right? But one most important tip which I give to everybody
Mhm.
is never ever forget your calf muscles. In strength training, work on your calf. Your 90% injuries come because your calf muscles are weak. Yeah, and it's not only gastrocnemius, it's also the
Yeah.
soleus muscle, and soleus is not worked upon well. So if you want to really strength training for running,
Hmm.
never ever miss these two muscles.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
mainly.
great. Great. One last question, Pramod, we have again from Vinay. So, what type of self-talk one should engage while running, especially when your mind tells you to give up?
Yeah. So that starts Vinay much earlier into the race. Yeah. First and foremost, we have to control our ego. Yeah. What happens is some elderly person overtaking you. If you are a male, a female overtaking you, our ego gets pinched and we want to run faster than what we are used to.
Yeah.
Right? So start controlling that first. If we control that well enough earlier into the race, later part we don't have to worry about giving up. Yeah, once we learn to control our ego, uh, we will pace our race very well, so that last 25% we are not tired and we are not requiring that self talk. Yeah, so first I'm talking only from mental preparation. First, control that. Yeah, because that's very difficult. The adrenaline is pumping
Yeah.
so high that our ego is. And when I'm saying our, I'm talking about myself as well. And Sunil will agree with me
Yes.
on that. Yeah,
True.
that's the most difficult part.
Yeah.
And now about self-talk, right? So don't concentrate on that mileage. What is remaining? If you concentrate on that, what is remaining, then that giving up will start coming in.
Hmm.
Start thinking of what you achieved.
What you have done.
Right? You have completed 36. Are you going to waste this 36 kilometers for only 6 kilometers? Ask yourself that question. So the answer obviously will say that, are you mad? You have run 36, so complete that 6. So start concentrating on, or start giving yourself suggestions that I have run 36. I'm not going to let that go. That my hard work, I'm not going to let that my hard work go. Yeah. Think of the sacrifices what you and your family has made,
True.
right? Get you to this 36th kilometer. It's not only you have made sacrifices, your family has made lot of sacrifices for your Saturday sleeps, yeah, for your Sunday sleeping, and
Yeah.
serving you food and all of that, right? So jokes apart, the effort which has gone in, keep on remembering you of that effort. That's what you need. You don't need to say that, oh, 6 kilometers is remaining, I will run this. Don't bother, the race will finish, eventually it will finish. Think of what you have achieved till that time. Yeah,
Hmm.
you might hit a wall. That's great, fine, everybody hits a wall, right? Even greatest runner will hit a wall.
Yes. Yes.
So don't think of 6 hours. Oh, great. I have hit a wall at 29th kilometer and not at 28th kilometer. Think like that. Yeah. Have that self-talk in your mind. Yeah. And keep on talking to yourself. Yeah. People will think you are a crazy guy. But anyway, they are thinking you are a crazy guy because you are running 42 kilometers, right?
42.
But please keep on talking to yourself. Yeah. Talk to people around you. And in Mumbai, if you are not from Mumbai, if you are running Mumbai Marathon for the first time, you don't know what is waiting for you in the last 5 kilometers. There are people who are going to make you feel like you are an Olympian. There are kids who are going to run after you saying that
True.
take chocolate from me. And
Yeah.
that's a good enough energy for you. Yeah, so don't worry about that. But to answer your question in short, talk to yourself about what you completed so far and not what you have to complete further.
That's very valid. And as Coach Pramod mentioned, like I mean, whether you're a half marathoner or a full marathoner, and if you're running TMM, the last 7-8 kilometers is where, like it's like the entire Mumbai city has come there for to cheer you, to support you, to encourage you. I mean, people go to the extent of, as Pramod mentioned about, like they'll spend money, they'll get the chocolates, they'll get the best of the things for you to serve, and they'll literally, like some, in some cases, they physically push you also to climb that pedal road hill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Even interestingly, I have seen Mumbai police,
Yeah.
helping you. They will talk to you saying that complete this, complete this. I'm really, hats off to everyone. I have seen from one slum dweller
Yeah.
shouting on another slum dweller because he was throwing wastewater on the race before the race was starting. Because I always walk the opposite direction when my runners are running, right?
Yeah.
And one
Yeah.
slum dweller was shouting at another saying that अबे पता नहीं है क्या वहां से लोग अभी भागने वाले हैं क्यों कर रहे हैं. Amazing.
True, true, very true, very true. I mean, that actually brings us to the close. I mean, uh, uh, actually, Pramod, this live sessions we have been having it for the last 1.5 years and we have got many speakers, but I mean, we have never exceeded 1 year. Today, first time we have actually exceeded 1 year. I mean that also goes to say I mean your knowledge which you are sharing with all of us in terms of and such an important race coming up in the next 8 days. What one has to do and I think uh, the tips which Coach Pramod has shared with us, is very important for all of us, not just for a TMM perspective. Yeah, we know, TMM is the biggest race in our country, but also there are so many other races, which all of us will be running in the next couple of months and all. So these things just keep in your mind. It will help us for every race, which we are going to run now onwards. I mean, the last 1 week to 10 days is the most crucial time for all of us, and that's where most of the things whether you want to run your PB, whether you want to run a good race. I mean, that's exactly what is going to happen. So
Yeah.
thank you
And
so much.
everybody is going to see me on the Pader Road. Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, if you wave at me, you will get a yelling from me that this is not time to wave, run. Yeah.
So that's nice. So all of us who are going to run TMM will definitely see Coach Pramod on Pedder Road on the 15th of January. So on behalf of SkinEasi team, I really thank Pramod for taking your time out and spending with us, sharing your knowledge, sharing your experiences, telling us I mean, not just as a runner but also as a coach, what exactly we are supposed to be doing now onwards. I'm sure this has been one of the most important sessions which we have had. That's exactly the reason why we decided to bring you just few days before TMM, so that you share with all of us how important the
Yes.
last couple of days is going to be for all of us. Any last parting tips, Pramod, from you, just a week to go for a TMM?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, thanks for giving me the last say. But yeah, you kind of said that I talk too much.
No, no,
No.
no.
So the point, yeah. So the last thing I would like to say is you can have your targets. Yeah, and everybody should have target. Train hard and try to achieve that target. Yeah, but first and foremost, enjoy your completion of the race. You can be 1 minute behind your target, you can be 1 hour behind your target. What is important is you have put in effort for 4 months, and irrespective of whatever happens that day, you have completed that race. So always be grateful to your body and your mind that
Yeah.
it allowed you to do that. Yeah. So that's it. And there is nothing, no great place to run a full than Mumbai.
Exactly, very
Yeah.
true. Thank you so much, Pramod, for all these tips, and definitely we all will see you on 14th and 15th of January in Mumbai. I'm sure, even I'm looking forward to meeting all my runner friends whom I've not met. It's only on the Insta or Facebook. We have been chatting, so even I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. I'm in Kolkata right now, and I mean, just happened coincidentally. There's a race on Sunday, the Ekal race happening here in Kolkata, which me and Sangeeta, both of us, will be running. So I'm also looking forward to meet all my Kolkata friends on Sunday morning. So on behalf of SkinEasi team, thank you so much everyone for having joined us today. And I'm sure that you all will have a very good race on 15th of January in Mumbai. So thanks again, Pramod, and see you
Thanks.
soon.
Thanks, Skinny
Again.
as well. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Nice session. Thanks. Thanks. It's always great to
Thank,
chat with you.
thank you so much.
Yeah.